Hi guys, so I'm back again. So the last topic that you guys were learning about was how to write an equation of a circle. That was topic 5. And if you remember that an equation of a circle, the equation is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared. Remember that the h and the k, the h is the location of the center of the circle on the x, and the k is the location on the y. Remember, it's the opposite sign always. Okay, that will be the center, and then the radius. To find the radius, you will have to find the square root of whatever the r square is. Okay, so that's what we did last time. Just to review here, if you look at problem number 1, you have x squared plus y squared equals 36. So remember that the center in this case, because the x squared and the y squared are by itself, that means that it's the origin is 0, 0. 0 on the x, 0 on the y. And to find the radius, it would be the square root of 36, which will be 6. So it goes 6 to the right, 6 up, 6 to the left, 6 down, and then you can draw a circle. Okay, so that's basically what you guys did last class, and now we're gonna get into something that is a little bit more complicated. It's topic 6, circles in the coordinate plane by completing the square. All of this is algebra 1 skills that you were supposed to learn in algebra by factoring. I'm really not going to get into factoring, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and hopefully you guys can remember it. Okay, so basically what they do is they give you a either a trinomial or a monomial or polynomial. Okay, remember that polynomials are equations that have exponents, variables and exponents. And in this case, it says, consider the equation written in general form. So this is in general form. How can we use completing the square to show that the equation resembles a circle? So we're going to go from general form into standard form. And standard form is the equation that we've done before, which is, again, is the one that you see right here. Okay. So how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to do that by completing the square. Now, by completing the square, there's going to be a little formula that you need to remember. And the formula is, I did my best here, is b divided by 2, and you square it. And I'm going to show you what that means, okay? Now, on a quadratic equation, I don't know if you guys remember, the standard form is ax squared plus by plus c, it's equal to 0. Okay, this is what a quadratic equation looks like. Notice the a value, the a is the one that has that x square. The one with the y is the one that has the b. Okay, so you have the one that is square is the a. The one that is not square, the exponent here is 1, is the b value. Okay, so notice the formula that we have here is b divided by 2, and you square it. So we're concerned about what is the value of this b in the equation that we're going to have. Okay, so let's get to it. And we're going to write this into equation of a circle, which is like this. And then we're going to find the center, and we're going to find the radius, and then we're going to find the diameter. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is, notice I have x squared plus y squared minus 10y is equal to 119. We're going to isolate the x squared. So since I only have x squared and I don't have any other x's, that's going to go by itself. So that's going to be x squared. And then now notice the y, I have y squared minus 10y. So in this case, I am going to go ahead and write down plus y squared minus 10y. And notice the y's have to go together, so the y squared and the y. And then what I'm going to do is, because we're doing this by completing the square, I'm going to draw a square, okay? Which is a little space. There's a number that's going to go there. And that is equal to 119. The number by itself always has to be on the right side. So if you have it on the left, it has to be shifted to the right. In this case, the square that I made on the left side, it needs to be added on the right side. So I'm going to add 119 by the number that's going to go in that square. Okay. So now this is fairly simple. So now remember, if we go back here, that the value of b is the one that is by the variable that has an exponent of 1. In this case, is the y. Okay. Notice this has an exponent of 2. The y has an exponent of 2. This has an exponent of 1. So this is my b. This is the value of b. So what I'm going to do is, now in this case is negative 10, which is b. Notice if I go back in this formula right here, that's b divided by 2, and that's going to give me negative 5, negative 5. And then what I'm going to do, once I divide, I'm going to square it. So I'm going to square negative 5. And remember that when you square negative 5, that is the same thing as multiplying negative 5 times negative 5. And a negative gives you a positive, so that's positive 25. So what is my square number here? It will be 25. And what is my square here? It will be 25. Okay, there we go. So now that I've done this, my x squared, that's going to be part of my equation of the circle. So my x squared, because I don't have any other x, it's going to be x squared, which means that the center so far, if it is by itself, that means is the x is a 0. Okay, so far. Then, if I take a look at this trinomial, the way you will factor this, and it's pretty simple in this case, but the way we're going to factor this, it's going to be by, if you notice when I divided by 2, I got negative 5, so it's going to be, in this case, it's going to be y minus 5 times y minus 5. And a short way of writing this, it will be y minus 5 square, because it happens there, it is there twice. Okay, it's twice. So in this case, to write the equation of the circle, I'm going to write plus y minus 5 square. And that's going to be equal to 119 plus 25, which is equal to 144. Okay, so this is my equation of the circle. Now, again, because the x squared by itself is 0, and in this case, my y value, remember, is the opposite signs. Since I have negative 5, that means this is 5. So my center of the circle is a 0 and 5. My radius, to find the radius, you need to find the square root of 144. In this case, it will be 12. And the diameter, remember that diameter is twice the radius, so in the diameter will be 24. And I'm done. Okay, so this is it. This is how you do the uh, writing an equation of a circle from general form to standard form by completing the square. Okay, so I'm gonna do one more, and hopefully this will really help you. This is not a an easy topic, especially if you don't remember this from Algebra 1. I'm going to try to do this a little quicker. Notice I have x squared and I have negative 6x. So I'm going to put those together. So I'm going to do x squared minus 6x. And I'm going to plus my little square and then plus. Now I'm going to go ahead and take the y's. Notice I have two y's. I have the y squared plus 4y plus my square. Okay, I gotta find the square. And notice that you have negative 12 on the left side of the equation. This negative 12 needs to be on the right. If I do that, then that means you need to add 12. So in this case, it's gonna be 12. Okay, and notice to the 12, I need to add two squares, the one with the x and the one with the y. Okay, there we go. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take the value of b. The value of b is the one with the exponent of 1. Notice the x to the 1. That means negative 6. And here in this case, the value of b will be positive 4, which is, notice the exponent is 1. That's the value of b. So I'm going to take negative 6, divide that by 2. That's equal to negative 3. And then I'm going to square negative 3. And negative 3 times negative 3 is positive 9. And that means I'm going to add 9 on the right. Then I'm going to do this one, which it will be 4 divided by 2. And then I'm going to square that. And 4 divided by 2 is 2. And 2 squared will be 4. Okay, so this will be plus 4. And this will be plus 4. Okay, and then pretty much that's it, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and factor it. By factoring, always look at the number after you divide it by 2. That's gonna give you a clue on what is it that you need to factor it out. Notice the same way I did it here. So for my x, I'm gonna have to write my equation is gonna be x. Notice when I divided negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3, so that's minus 3 square plus. When I divided 4 divided by 2 is 2, so that means this is going to be y plus 2 square. And for the radius, I'm going to add 12. 12 plus 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 and 20 and 12 is 25. So this would be equal to 25. So now to find the center of the circle, the center will be located at positive 3, negative 2. This is where the center is. And to find the radius, remember to find the radius, I will have to find the square root of 25. So the radius will be equal to 5. And the diameter will be equal to 10. Again, this is it. This is how you do by completing the square. What I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create another video that I'm going to show you how to do the IXL problems, but it should be fairly easy. Okay, this is the end of this video.